care about nobody else. I've been on these streets for too long, too long, too long. Baby, I've been on this too long.
What's going on? Zeeshan Beats here, or Zeeshan. Today I'm going to be making an emotional, sampled Mozzy beat. It won't be in the style of the actual Bay Area or the Sacramento sound. It'll be focused on more of his sentimental side. Songs like I'll Never Tell Him and Blackout. So yeah. So the first thing I did was choose my sample. When choosing samples for beats like this, or in general for me, I like to go with beats that have no drums in it. Or the part that I want to sample has no drums in it. It depends on the beat, what kind of beat it is, also the mood for it. So for this beat, the sample I chose was The Weeknd, Rolling Stones. This is the sample.
Girl, you're thinking about it, when we got here, how we fucking got here. They recognize, they just recognize. I'm in a life without a home, so this recognition's not.
So what I did with the sample was pitched it up 400 cents. I stretched the beat to my tempo, which is of 90. Basically go to here, fit the tempo, and then type in BPM, and then type in the BPM of the sample, and it'll align it to the your project tempo. So mixing wise, we got EQ, some reverb. I'm not sure what this is. I do not remember adding this at all. I'm not sure what this is. But yeah, whatever that is, free filter. I've never seen that in my life. I don't know how or when I came across that, but yeah, we got another EQ. Pretty funny looking EQ, but yeah, we got that. Okay, so moving on to the first melody, we have a piano that I created from Addictive Keys called Audience. Mixing wise, we got normal EQ and some reverb. This is what the piano sounds like. So as you can see, that was a really basic piano. The reason why it's so basic is because the main sample that I'm using also has a guitar in. So I didn't want to complicate things. You can also hear the guitar in the beat, also my piano at the same time. Along with the piano, I added a top line with the same VST. Mixing wise, we got some EQ, some Valhalla Supermassive, which is a free VST, and some Fruit reverb. When making pianos or any melodies for that instance, I always like to make my notes off-grid a bit, just to make it more realistic. So as you can see, some off-grid notes here, and yeah. After the top line, we move on to the pad in the Expand tool called String Voice. For the mix, we just got some EQ, some stereo enhancer, so it goes in both ears, sounds a bit louder as well, and a Valhalla Supermassive. And the last melody in the beat, we have a string, some reverb, and some EQ. This is what the string sounds like. So now we move on to the drums of the beat. We're starting off with a kick. This is what it sounds like. The rim. Also got a second rim. Moving on to the hi-hats, simple 4-step, but I also added some notes in between to make it more bouncy. As you can see, it's just very simple, but it's very bouncy at the same time. Simple but effective. Next we got the 808. Moving on to our first perk of the beat. I then decided to add an 808 switch up. The reason for it, just to make sure that the listener doesn't get bored of it. The open hat is next. We got a sub bass that I made in GMS. This is the settings for it. And this is what it sounds like. As you can see, I added 2 slide notes at the end of the bar. The reason being I can't remember. And that's the beat.